Hey, how are you doing? My name is Cody Mooney. I am going to be presenting my short film script to you today. Um, my short film is called CHECKMATE, um, and I'm going to be pitching that short film to you. We can go ahead and get right into it. So, this story is basically it resembles a lot of my life today that I go through uh, internally. So I kind of just chose it as, you know, a very almost like a self-titled story because this is about me. This is about, things that I struggle with as far as like, there's a little bit of mental health, there's a little bit of um, growing pains. There's a little bit of coming out on the other side of it as well. So, and as far as having other people to, kind of reach out to, you know, be in this film, I thought it would be perfect for me to just, you know, act both sides. Um, so, you know, as far as the film itself, it starts off, we find a man. His name is Jesse. He's in his mid 20s, and we find him at home in his bathroom. He has just got back from a long day. He had a TV commercial that he was auditioning for, and he's back at home now, and he does not feel good about it whatsoever. So we find him in his bathroom. He's brushing his teeth, getting ready for bed, doing the normal things you do, you know. And then once he gets done brushing his teeth, he stops and he is staring himself basically in his soul in the mirror. Just that look that I'm pretty sure we've all given ourselves in the mirror, just like, why can't I do better? What is holding me back? What is stopping me? That's kind of where we find him. And this is kind of bouncing back from a medium shot to a medium close up, and we kind of even get extra close because he begins to actually get real close to his reflection, and he begins to start speaking to himself, basically just saying, why can you tell me that? Like, can you at least tell me why? Why can't you do this? Why can't you do that? What is wrong with you? The basic, I know myself, I've done it many times. So, and then, we go from there to, him going to bed. He gets, does his normal thing. He goes to sleep. Once he turns his light out, shuts his eyes, then begins a dream sequence. Now, once we begin in this dream sequence, he still is in his home in the dream, but he is immediately just sitting at his dining room table, and it's kind of weird to him because I'm pretty sure like most dreams are very surreal. They're just dream-like. I don't really know a better way to put it. They're just usually crazy, out of nowhere, things you don't recognize. Well, he recognizes where he's at immediately, so it almost seems kind of real to him, but he knows enough to believe that he is dreaming. So he's sitting there wondering where he's at, and then out of nowhere he starts hearing footsteps coming from around the corner of the hallway, to where he's sitting in the dining room, and then basically he sees another version of himself walking around the corner, giving him this very sinister but almost, just this sarcastic grin, basically. And he sits down, and from there, Jesse is basically wondering, who are you? What are you doing here? Where am I? What are we doing? And then he's from there, and while this is happening, Jesse coming around the corner, that's going to be the evil Jesse, excuse me, coming around the corner, and that's what we do call this other entity in this film. His name is Evil Jesse because he is the antagonist to Jesse. So they basically, this is going to be more of like it's going to be like a medium full shot of Evil Jesse coming around the corner. So we can kind of get a whole feel for Evil Jesse. And then once he sits down, then we basically get right back into that medium shot. But then we go from medium shots to close-ups of both Jesse and Evil Jesse. We even get some extra close-ups. And yeah, basically it's a conversation at this point. Like, who are you? And you know, it's a lot of sarcasm from Evil Jesse and a lot of manipulation, and just, you know, it's basically he starts asking him, you know, who are you? You know, how do you not know you're in your own house? How did you not know I was here? I've been here this whole time, pretty much. And those are all very close shots, just so we can get the emotion and, you know, basically the feel of what's going on between the two in this conversation. And then basically, you know, once that happens, they're both sitting in front of a chessboard. It's a very important part of the film. Obviously, it's called Checkmate. So they're sitting at the table, and basically Jesse starts telling him, you know, I don't know what's going on. I don't know who you are. And Evil Jesse is basically just very dead set on, we're just playing a game of chess. I am here. You are here. You're not leaving. So basically make your move. You know, Jesse is just very confused. And being the person that he is, he likes to be in control. He doesn't know, you know, basically what's going on. So he just ends up, you know, just taking it, and just, he finally makes his move. And once Jesse makes that first move, that's going to be we're going to zoom out kind of from a close-up to a medium close-up, just so we can see, you know, the chessboard and Jesse himself, and the way he looks, and the way, you know, he moves the chess piece, and his body language and all that. We want to catch all that in that shot because, you know, that's him finally giving in. So right after he takes that first move, the Evil Jesse will immediately counter his move. I mean, it'll happen like that. And we will also get that on camera. That will also be probably a medium close-up, just so we can see the differential between the two body languages, and how they act, and how they you know, move their chess piece. So and then we'll start kind of getting into the story. We'll start understanding. Evil Jesse will well, first of all, Jesse will make what he believes is his final move on the chessboard, and then Evil Jesse will look at him, and this will be a medium shot of just Evil Jesse. He will say, basically, no matter what you do, even in a simple game of chess, you cannot beat me. I will always be right beside you at every turn in your miserable life. There is no escaping yourself. And that is when we kind of finally realize what is going on, why this is happening. Obviously, it's a dream. Obviously, these two people look alike. It's almost like, obviously he's battling himself, but it's almost like how, why, where, when. He's battling his conscience. He's battling the inner demons. He's battling depression. He's battling anxiety. He's battling everything that he wants and needs to get rid of in his life to carry on to be the person that he's always wanted to be. So, you know, After he does that, the other Jesse basically thinks that he's not done yet. He thinks he still has a chance. So he counters Evil Jesse's move after Evil Jesse explains to him basically what's going on. And Jesse thinks, he can get out of this alive. Basically, he thinks he can be the opposite negative of himself, and he thinks at a moment he does that. But then, chess is chess. It's a very strategic, hard game, and if you're not all in, there's a good chance you're gonna lose. So once Evil Jesse counters that move, he literally looks at Jesse and says, "You're done. You always will be." Basically letting him know, I have you. You do not have me. I have control of your life, and I always will. And basically, once we get to this point, we've passed the climax. It's going right. So Jesse just comes out and he says, "I knew what this was from the very beginning. I knew that you were here to show me just how much you truly do control me. What I didn't know is how easy it would be to actually defeat you once and for all." After Jesse says this to himself, the evil Jesse starts looking upset and kind of, angry and rage. And Jesse continues. He says, "This entire time you've been only focused on beating me. So focused that you actually missed my last move." And then evil Jesse looks down at the chessboard in disbelief. Basically, he has no idea what Jesse is talking about. And then Jesse continues, and this is where we get a real close-up of Jesse, because he's taking control now. He's fighting back. He is being the Jesse that we wanted the entire time. We didn't know who this guy was. He seemed like just this disappointment. He's sad all the time. Now he's asleep in this dream, and he's fighting himself. Who is this guy? What's going on? He finally takes control in this moment. Finally. And he keeps on, and he goes, "You have been doing nothing but holding me back my entire life. More or less being a parasite to my hopes and my dreams. There are so many things that I would like to say to you right now, but I think I'll just leave this exactly where it stands now." And then evil Jesse yells. He gives out this burst, this evil, he knows he's defeated, and he just yells out just a staggering no, like no, like just a very, he knows he's done, basically. And then the evil Jesse, once he yells that out, he basically lunges for the chessboard to, do whatever he's going to do, whatever's going on in his mind. Swipe the chessboard off the table, ruin the game before Jesse can win. And Jesse's hand's already, on his piece. And right then is where he looks his negative self in the eye and says, "Checkmate." And then he wins, right? Yeah, of course. This is a short film. It's not long, so that's he wins. So once he says checkmate, other Jesse lunging for the board will be a medium shot. Jesse saying checkmate will be just as his lines are before that, which are close-ups. All those lines of Jesse will be a close-up, and then him saying checkmate before the screen cuts to black will be a close-up of Jesse. And then we will immediately go to his bedroom in the morning of him waking up, his eyes open as he wakes up, right? And then, he looks straight into the camera. It's a close-up. I thought right here to maybe do an extreme close up, but I kind of wanted to get. I didn't want to just get his eyes, and maybe his mouth. I kind of wanted to get all of him, you know, because I don't know, but he just looks straight into the camera and he says, "Time to get my day started," and we cut to black, and that's the end. Roll credits, right? So that's my pitch for Checkmate. Like I said, this is a short film. It's my first one ever, so we're gonna see how it goes. It's gonna be a couple minutes long, and my first time acting as well. So I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope you guys enjoyed my pitch, and yeah, I'm really excited to get in the next steps of this. So yeah, thank you for listening to my pitch. Thank you for watching this, and I will see you guys on the other side. Peace.